This is the plaintiff, Michelle Settles. She says the defendant, her ex-boyfriend, borrowed money to buy a car from her and hasn't paid her back. She now realizes it was a pretty stupid decision to loan him money because he's a pathetic loser with no moral compass. But hey, you live and you learn. She's suing for $1,500, the amount owed. This is the defendant, Deshaun. He says the plaintiff gave him money to buy a car because they were a couple, and she told him he didn't have to worry about paying her back. Once they broke up, however, she changed her tune, started calling it a loan, and is now unfairly suing him. He's accused of letting down a lover.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff loaned her ex-boyfriend money for a car and got stiffed, but the defendant says it was a gift. It's the case of Whip It Good.
Thank you, Douglas. Ms. Settles, you are suing, you've asked to be referred to as Deshaun.
Yes.
For $1,500, your former boyfriend, for $1,500, the amount of money that, according to you, you loaned him in order to buy a car that he still hasn't repaid. Talk to me. What'd you do?
Yes, we were dating for on and off for a year, and he wanted to buy a car. So the plan was that I was going to help him purchase a car, and in return, he would pay me back my money. So basically what happened was the day that it came for us to get the money...
Why couldn't he buy it on his own?
Because at the time, he couldn't afford to buy it on his own.
So how's he going to pay back?
It was supposed to be paid back in payments.
Okay.
I was supposed to get payments. So basically what happened...
How'd that work out for you?
Not at all.
Okay.
He paid me in the beginning. I gave him $2,000. He paid me back $500. So I was like, cool. You don't have to worry about the other now because I know you have to pay, you know, car insurance and stuff like that. Fine.
Well, that and you guys were still dating.
Yeah, and we're
Right.
still dating.
When did it become a problem that he had to worry about? After you broke up?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. So
there was no regular payment schedule?
what happened was he wrote a contract stating that
He wrote it?
Yes, he wrote it, and he signed his name stating that he would pay me the money back. He wrote the amount that he owed me.
Let me see. Okay.
He wrote the amount that he owed me, and he didn't put any payment dates on it.
Agree to pay back the amount of $1,500. Well, he didn't write this at the beginning because according to you, the beginning was 2000.
No.
When did you have him write this, or when did he write it?
We broke up around May.
Okay.
So he wrote the letter.
After the breakup?
After the breakup.
Okay. At
So
your request?
Yes.
All right. So
we got back together.
did you write this?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So go on.
So we got back together. We're driving this, like I'm a single mom. So I have a daughter and I work far from where my daughter was going to school. So I was like, okay, meanwhile, you know, I don't have a vehicle.
If you don't have a vehicle, why are you buying a guy you're dating on and off a vehicle? What is wrong with you?
Yeah.
You know, you're not a little girl. You have a little girl depending on you.
That's right. You're
right. So stop it.
Yeah. I learned my lesson. Trust me.
You know what? You gotta have learned your lesson before you had a kid. Okay? Because you know, she doesn't have time for you to learn on the job.
That's
all right?
right.
And this is kind of pretty basic.
Yeah.
That if you can't afford your own car, you don't buy it for a guy.
I didn't really buy it for him because I'm not in a
honey,
place
you
to
did,
buy
because look
it,
at you now.
but-
So, yeah, you needed a car because you live far from all those places. And instead of doing what you need to do for your own child, you turn around and you bought a man something. Like, that's crazy.
So how long should you be with a boyfriend or girlfriend before you start loaning them money?
I'd say wait until marriage.
Wait until marriage? Well, wow. How long?
I think about a year because it takes about a year, I think, to really know a person. So,
Is that what you're nodding?
Yeah, I think a year. It depends how much money.
And then they can just take you for all you're worth.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Going inside the courtroom.
How old's your kid?
She's 4.
It's gonna get worse. They really need us to be grown-ups.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Okay, when we first started dating, we was both talking about getting a car. Because where she lived at and where I lived at, because we used to live in the same neighborhood. So we said, to keep us from going on a bus, let's get a car. At that moment, I had $1,600 saved up. She had about $2,100 saved up. So at one point, I told her, why don't you buy a car? So we could sit there and don't have to worry about the bus. She replied that she ain't ready for those responsibilities. So I said, fine, can you help me get a car? And then we could share
Why,
my
if you
car.
had the $1,600, why didn't you just
Yeah.
buy yourself a good hoopty that didn't? So what did you buy? You took your money and her money and combined it and bought something?
See, the whole thing was, she gave me $2,000 because I got this debit whatever, where you can't take out a large amount. You can only take out a certain amount per day.
And so, of course, with the $1,600, every day you went to the bank and got money out and paid her back, right?
All right. So.
Is that a yes or no?
Well, I gave her $500 the next day.
Okay, why'd you give her $500?
Because the thing is, she pretty much gave me most of what she had, so I didn't want to leave her broke. So I was like, okay, I got money still in the bank, so I'm gonna go take out the maximum that I can take out.
How much were you allowed to take out maximum per day?
$450. So I gave her $450, and then I gave her some whatever money that I had left over in my pocket and made it even $500.
Okay, and then the next day you could have gotten another $500, right?
So no, I could have did that, but the whole thing is
But you
that
didn't.
no, because the whole thing is that I got her money back. I had her whole $2,000 in an envelope, $1,500. I'm sorry, and I said, "Here, do you want the money back? Because it's too much arguing about this money."
And she didn't take it?
And she said, "No, I told you I was gonna help you get your car."
Did that happen?
Okay.
What's wrong with you?
So, thank you.
What is wrong with you? Are you kidding me?
Because we was arguing.
If you're arguing about it, it matters. You need the money. So why didn't you just take the money when the guy had it?
The thing about it is, I didn't want to buy a car for myself because I knew I was not able. I'm 26.
I don't care. The guy had your $1,500. Do you know what that means? He has your $1,500, or is it that he hadn't bought the car? You hadn't bought the car yet?
No, the whole thing is.
Had you bought the car yet?
No.
We bought it, but we couldn't get registered. So the guy gave me back. So the guy, no, we didn't get the car yet. I was about to go get the car. But
So you wanted him to get the car.
Yeah.
That's why you didn't want the $1,500. You wanted a car so you wouldn't have to wait at the bus stop anymore.
Yeah.
And so the deal was get the car, get it insured, get it registered, and then he takes you to work.
Pretty much,
Right.
yeah. I used it when I needed to use it,
And I
and
could-
vice versa.
That's great. And then what happened? Then you broke up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why'd you break up?
It wasn't a
Why'd
good
you break up?
relationship.
we break up every time she catches a temper tantrum. If she feels that I am doing something, then it's a problem. It was always I'm the bad guy. I was the bad
What did she
guy.
feel you were doing?
Everything. I was with this girl. I was doing this. I'm doing this.
Were ya?
No. So, long story short, she could have been got the money back. We argued 7 straight days about this money. I said, take it. She said, no, I don't want the money. So now we finally get in this red car. It's a Toyota Celica. So then it turned from my car and her giving me a loan to her car. Because now her family members is like, Michelle, where's your car? And I'm confused because I'm like, if I have to pay this money back, why is everybody saying your car?
Right. Now, when you say if I have to pay this money back, it's because I have to pay this money back. Because the deal from the beginning was that you're supposed to pay it back. That's why it feels unfair for people to be saying, Michelle, where's your car? Right?
No, yeah, but the thing is with
So
that,
then why haven't you paid it back?
But the thing is that, I'm gonna explain right now. But the thing with that situation, right? Me and her, we had a very love-hate relationship. You get what I'm saying?
I'm getting that.
We'll be Bonnie and Clyde one day, and then the next day you think you want to give us boxing gloves. You get what I'm saying? So she'll sit there
You
and be
picked
like,
an unusual couple to emulate, Bonnie and Clyde.
you get what I'm saying? So she was, all right, you messed me up, Judge. So pretty,
All couples, that is your idea of romance, Bonnie and Clyde?
No, but it was.
They were kind of tight.
No, the whole thing.
Yeah.
It really is like I don't know how to explain it. Like it was a lot of arguing, but
Okay, I know, but why haven't you paid her? Because you
so
basically you have described a situation where it was very clear that for you to keep that car, you're supposed to be paying her. So why haven't you paid her?
No. So this is what I'm saying now. So between our numerous makeups to breakups or whatever, right? We made up a whole lot of different arrangements. At one point, I heard, I don't even want the money back. Stay out of my life forever. That was one arrangement we made. And then
That's not an arrangement, that's her dumping you.
So then, and then, then that turns into, oh, don't worry about paying me back the $1,500. Just pay my credit card bill. Okay, I'll do that.
Did
Then
you pay her credit card bill?
I didn't even get a chance to do that because you know
okay.
why?
So then tell me, can
No.
something come out of your mouth that would excuse paying $1,500?
No, but I'm explaining to you. Because then we'll sit there, right? And then say we get back together or whatever. Then it's like, don't worry about it. And then we made up another arrangement is that when she was ready to get her car, right? That I'm going to sit there and give her money to get the car.
Okay, watch this. Are you ready to get your car?
No.
So now-
Okay, yeah, she's ready to get her car.
Okay, she's ready to get her
so
car now.
what is the
Yeah.
reason why I should not order you to pay her the $1,500 that you signed? Is this your handwriting?
Yeah, that's my letter.
And
But
then-
I wrote
okay.
that after 14 days of straight arguing.
So?
Like, you'll sign anything.
You'll sign anything after 14 days of
I wrote
straight
anything.
arguing? That's good to know.
Yeah, 14
That's good to
days.
know. All right. Okay, based on what I've heard, I have a couple things to say. First of all, you're a fool and you don't have that luxury anymore, so stop it. And second of all, you need to pay back that $1,500. I don't care what she says afterwards. I don't care how many times she changes her mind. I believe you that she probably said many times, oh, you know what, don't worry about that now. Oh, don't worry about that now. But what's relevant to a court is at the time of the transfer of the money, what was the deal? And it's very clear from your testimony that at the time of the transfer of the money, the deal was, it's your car, it's my car. I get to buy the car now, right? And so, yes, you got to pay the $1,500. I'm dying to hear what's going to come out of your mouth right now.
It's not even, the whole problem is she wants $1,500, right? Now, after I gave her that first $500 for
Why don't you just, I got an idea.
two whole
Why don't you
months.
do something? Why don't you do something? Why don't you do something? Why don't you go to the bank today and get $450, then go tomorrow and get $450, then go the day after that and get $450, and we're almost there. Get $50 out of your pocket, and then pay it off. That's my brilliant theory. Verdict for the plaintiff.
So, Clyde, you got to pay Bonnie. That's bottom line.
I don't even owe her $1,500 because for 2 months after that money, I was taking care of her. I was holding her down, paying stuff for her, and she said that's boyfriend duties.
Well, listen, you have that $1,500 in paper, in your handwriting, you know, and
Listen,
why didn't you get the payoffs that you were making in writing,
From God
too?
to God, if a woman is stressing you out, you're going to do whatever you got to do to keep that aggravation off your head, bro.
Okay.
Have a good one.
All right. Remember that one. All right, so step on in here. Not too smart on your part either, says the judge.
No. Yeah, it was a stupid decision.
Well,
but,
why are you so foolish?
well, I think that's what happens when you fall in love. I was in love with him. Yeah, so I made a decision not expecting for it to turn this way. It got really ugly pretty fast, and
Learn a lesson here?
oh yeah.
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah. You can't put someone else before yourself, of course, and you can't trust everyone. Just because you love someone, when they show you the signs, you have to pay attention to the signs, pretty much.
Harvey?
So simple. Even a boyfriend or girlfriend, if it's a loan, get it in writing.